I know Chopper's a mean Cass player. And I'll reference Korean OWCS again. I think it's been cool to see that evolve over the last couple of weeks with how they've been playing. They were playing a lot of Doom, and then it was like, oh, Orisa and Zarya, then Sigma on some maps, as you always would, like Circuit Royale, and yeah, even what we saw earlier on Midtown. So I wouldn't be too surprised if I do see Hawk rolling out with Orisa.
Have you
Orisa's
thought
really
about a
important in this
Dark
meta.
Herd
She's
playthrough for
really
BG3 yet?
Because
Love the content.
she doesn't die.
Well, you know, I think you didn't hear me
That
earlier.
is normally the most
I have
important thing
not.
in Overwatch, is not dying
Been
and not
too
leaving
busy.
your team in a 4v5. But
Then you get into the
there's
five.
so much
Appreciate.
defensive countermeasures from the Orisa, it's very hard to kind of lock her down. You kind of just have to ignore her and then jump on one of the supports, jump on the DPS kind of thing.
Oh, it's all good.
It's
all
a
good.
very hard time focusing, and it makes it for very easy rotations.
The end part of
as
this
well,
burrito
whereas
is
you can
not mixed up
see
very much, and I'm either getting full bites of rice or full bites of meat.
rotating them around the point.
I'm not a big fan of
playing
that.
them like
I
putty
want
in
to be
their
mixed a little
I mean,
bit.
the
Come on.
Fortify is just really strong. You can withstand like those big rocket punches, any of those
Also,
boosts from
they're running the
Lucio.
the
It's just
Orisa
really
comp.
good to have that alongside that sustainability.
That was a really bit. There's a bit of movement there from Hawk.
I think the
Just
Orisa
getting
comps are
behind Icy
slept
and then
on
pushing
hard
them
right now.
towards the rest of the team, but yeah, we're just waiting for that first pick. But be careful. UV hitting that regenerative burst as Hydra was sliding under him. Pelican going super low. That was a very, very aggressive push there from Icy. Ultraviolet going low too, but willing to take that duel across the map.
Take a look though at how the team is wrapping around. Amadi's gonna find the first pick there on the chopper in the back, and that's gonna be Amadi's go button to go forward.
Oh yeah.
They're W keying, no fear.
Because you move
What the hell?
Course, so you were just
Wait, why didn't he get booped? Wait, why did he not get booped from the thing?
Hawk does end up going down as well. Nice couple of bullets there flung his way.
Did you know they
Rocket.
played the beginning of this
Hydra takes
match
two.
and had to
Should be all good.
restart
Especially with
pause
that window, there's
casters
no
were
real
not invited
chance for
to the
time
lobby
to kind of
kept I think
capitalise on
2
that.
fights
Over
happened.
aggression
Really?
from M80. Can't walk into the window. And look at those ultimates as well, stacked up by M80. This next team fight is a sure thing.
Chopper is switched over to the Sojourn though, so at the very least you can start to match some of that 1-pick potential that Hydron has, but not when you've got the overclock all ready to go.
Kitsune rush. There's the Suzu Hydron taking to the skies, or narrowly avoiding the head of Chopper, but Chopper, you know, returns the favor. There's the Suzu on the ground, does end up missing. In fact, that's going to force openings. Use that sound barrier to keep Icy alive. Marching forward is Icy in the front lines, keeping Ultraviolet and Lep at bay, and there comes the flip.
There you go. So, okay,
Damn.
so who cares about the overclock? A Chopper's gonna just take your head off. Fantastic. The Sojourn really already paying off here for Timeless as they're able to recapture this point away from M80, and now they get a chance to work up to their own ultimates. I'm looking at Icy's Annihilation. That feels like a very big ultimate to have in this fight, just to even be able to deal with something like the Terra Surge. It'll be cool to see how this plays out here for the Orisa.
Okay.
Nice pulse.
Pulse bomb is lobbed so far. I think we've seen so many of those pulse bombs just being shot put in basically across the map. Chopper with a good kill onto Lep. All right, that's a surefire win now for Timeless. Good cleanup too, pretty quick. Opener claiming 2 kills. Love to see a little bit of support combat.
This has already been so back and forth, right? Like, Timeless already has 50% and counting.
Oh,
Amadi's kind of getting rolled a little
Pelican
bit.
just can't get back to spawn. It's going to be another pick coming through for Rocket and Opener. But now, with not expending any ultimates, Timeless still has all of that to work with and more now at this point. You got the overclock. You might even have another sound barrier online. M80 has the window to at least create some space, but all eyes are on Hawk right now with this Terra Surge.
It's a really dominant position for this window too.
Yeah, Terra Surge really isn't much of an ult though.
Off. Maybe try a different angle of approach. Oh, good kill by Rocket there. Very delayed melee kill, but makes it work. As Icy does end up pulling this Annihilation. Hawk trying to think they can turn the fight around, just unable to do so. That Terror Surge locking you in place. You do get the extra survivability, and it was really just the last-ditch attempt to try and keep this round alive. Pelican is going to be able to get the touch here. Triple blink onto the point. Does end up backing up too. Here's the overtime. Someone's going to have to go for the retouch, but Pelican can't quite make it, even with the recall. Just overstayed his welcome a little bit. I think there you could see people chase him, so it was kind of forced to get that touch, but wasn't able to in time.
I'm not gonna lie.
Take round 1.
Didn't expect that.
A little slow to
don't know
get
if
going
Pelican's on
there,
ping.
but Rocket, Chopper, both showing up in the ways that we expected to. This is a DPS duo that has been already highlighted by so many of the amazing players in Overwatch as just being the next DPS of the next generation. And Rocket not only able to get some really big picks onto the backline, but Chopper immediately switching over to the Sojourn was able to take out Hydron of all players. That is not an easy target or an easy DPS to go toe-to-toe with. So already very impressive. And now we get a chance to see what the squad can get up to as we head over to our second round here in Volcano. This is even more close quarters to be able to have these fights.
Yeah, M80 are going to want to look super explosive here, especially with Pelican on the Echo. I'm so happy with him.
That is a nice change.
Better
Doom
hero,
comp.
or his best heroes, I should say, not just better.
I like this comp a
Pretty
lot.
spectacular, everything he touches. Hawk on the Doomfist as well, so explosive, getting to that back line, force CJ to use the Swift Step, Suzu, kill the Kiri, and then jobs are good in pretty much. Punches well,
Was
is pretty
Oliver still
decent run,
better?
getting them away
Yes,
from
for
the rest
sure.
of the team, especially when they go on
For
Nemesis
sure.
Fall.
Yeah, but now you have a.
I don't think it would be as good though in Overwatch 2.
Passive. I don't think Timeless
Actually, it
really
might
needs
be,
to do
but-
too much here, except to kind of let M80 sort of take the reins in terms of the pace that gets set. Where does Hawk actually jump in?
Oh, there you
And
go.
who?
Yeah, exactly that, right. How does he jump in? Because the space creation tools very much in favor of Timeless as they do it.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Pushing forward, Pelican dead. They can get any nice picks here.
Timeless is fucking rolling.
But Pelican has not been able to, and Hydron, sorry, has not really been able to make their way into the fight and execute on a backline kill, or even just get a big cooldown out of Timeless. It's been tough for Hawk to kind of follow up, and you can tell it just by the ult charge. Speaking of ult charge as well, Icy's not really had much say in this fight. 40% ult charge on that Annihilation. But these rushes are going to come out in just a moment, I'd imagine, especially with that headshot landing from UV. Here we go.
There you go.
Forwards, splitting up of the team. Nice little vortex there, stops Hydron from really just sticking around. Speaking of sticks, he does land one, but it's actually Rocket that's in the kill feed with the pulse bomb, killing Ultraviolet. Hydron just getting it on the back of Icy. That Nemesis form, tanking a lot of that damage.
Dude,
And
they're
that
all
team
ending the
kill
tank.
Going Timeless's way.
And the tank just
They're up
stands
to
there, does
50%
nothing.
already.
He's only at
Pelican has
53%
a
ult
really
charge.
hard go of
Dude,
things on this
the capture
map in
percentage on the
particular,
point is
because
about to
with the
overtake
Echo,
his ult charge.
Where are you flying?
There's
You're
more
so
capture percentage than ult
vulnerable
charge.
when you're over the point, or even
For
just
the poor
over
guy.
the lava, and you're playing a lot of ground echo for the most part, unless you're able to find an
He
opening
can't
here,
do
but
anything,
this-
and it's not even his fault,
this
you know?
comp from M80 requires
Oh,
setup.
he's playing bad.
And
It's
there's
playing
so
is doing
much
his
natural
job.
cover
It
here for
sucks.
Timeless to play around as well.
Well, here's the perfect setup for Pelican Rose. That duplication available. Oh,
That does
very
help.
scared of Chopper's railgun. Meteor strike into the back line. Hawk manages to get out of there, receives that overhealth, but it instantly evaporates as everybody was looking at him as he plummeted from the sky. CJ ripping that rush too, making sure that no one from N80 can jump onto them and
Big
making
beat.
it last fight as well. Sound barrier forward from AM80 as Hydron finds one kill, and there's the beam kill from Pelican, taken to the skies, annihilating CJ. But Timeless are happy losing this fight. All they need to do is save ults. They know M80 have used their beat to secure this fight. So if Open can build
still
one of their
ahead
own,
on the capture
1.1
percentage, even though they flipped point.
5% or 6%, sorry, I should say, to go for Timeless to take the map.
This is a better position for the Echo to play in. As long as you can play, I think, from a more defensive position, or you at least have that setup there from the Doomfist, then you are able to find the impact with something like the Focusing Beam to take down those low health targets. But as you mentioned, Timeless, they have like the Sojourn, they've got all these other ults to work with. As soon as I say that, never mind, Hawk. Definitely
Really
a
good punch from Hawk. Really nice. He actually caught Chopper there, I believe, mid-slide too, so Chopper was unable to kind of launch himself into the skies, get away from the Doomfist. I've always loved the Echo dupe voice lines. I think they're sick. Really nice stuff. And the duplication too, forcing the ram. Like, a duped ram, you can hit Nemesis form. You're pretty unkillable, even though you have that reduced health pool.
The pulse charge and the annihilation charge is the same. Yeah, but he's already gotten multiple pulses. That was the first for Montreal.
Yeah, it's about
It just came online.
time. I think we see something get popped here, but if Hydron has anything to say about it, then you stop the fight before you even get in there. Rocket lets that pulse bomb fly.
Ooh, almost a one clip there onto CJ. Pelican finding the first kill of the fight onto Chopper. Hydron still doing.
And by no means
I'm
I'm saying like they're bad or anything like that. Like, it's literally just what how it's played.
Actually gets the kill onto Hydron, but Opener a lot of the time there was just
Okay, so they have beat. They're gonna probably beat engage.
The Tracer away.
They have
from
Ram ult
CJ
to survive.
and from Chopper.
Oh,
Basically
very
comes
nice
down
there,
to
too.
Can Hydron hit a big stick?
Ultimates, so M80 got a lot of value out of being able to force both of them out. Chopper, though, is now going to make a change over to the Cassidy as a last-ditch effort to try to get back in. It has a lot of pick potential, and this is one of Chopper's best heroes.
Holy shit, that was a big headshot.
Headshot straight onto Hydron. Hydron not recalling though, and yeah, maybe you should have done. Opener with a little boop kill onto Hydron. They do end up trading. Meteor strike for Hawk, staying in the skies, returning some HP, but it is Pelican that is finding the kills from M80. Is a big annihilation.
Do you notice what they did there?
They managed to stay alive. They did get the point flip.
They just ignored the Ramatra. They were like, yeah, you're useless. Went, killed backline, and then came back.
Are they going to be able
That's
to touch?
crazy.
The flip was good for them, but Pelican is just taking names and numbers. Opener lands the 2-man beats, but it is not
smart
enough. M80 with basically a full flip. It was a 96 to a 100 flip, and they managed to take the round. Well, technically, yeah, I guess they got 99, but the statement still stands. Almost a complete flip there from M80. Perfectly timed. Perfectly timed kill onto Icy. Opener was not able to stay alive, get the sound barrier, provide that to the rest of his team, and then Icy sat there alone on the point using Annihilation, and M80 disengage, wait for the Annihilation to disappear, and execute on Icy.
Lep had a really good boop there as well, so while CJ and Opener had an opportunity to come back in with the sound barrier and the Kitsune rush to help with that mobility, Lep was right there in the nick of time. Just stop it. Stop the round, get that round win now, and we get a chance to go over to the third and final round of Samoa, where we're gonna see even more changes here. Hawk's coming out on the Sigma. I love to see this. One of Hawk's best heroes.
It's perfect for this point as well. We will probably be seeing a lot more of a Sigma, especially on these points that have very nice high ground for you to peer down on people capping. It's up to Timeless to really set the tempo here and try and
instantly
run them down.
dead.
But yeah, Icy planted behind Hawk's shield. Hawk took the shield back, put it up behind Icy, so he couldn't receive those offered her, the healing from CJ, and an easy kill was obtained by M80, and a nice little point cap too.
We'll have to keep an eye on Hawk, because the reason why the Sigma is so good is the way that he cycles through these cooldowns. Look at the shield placement, allows him to get away, just continue to walk that step
honestly,
back,
what makes the Sigma good,
space for the team.
Genuinely,
it's just
is you have so many ways to survive and just kind of poke really hard.
And just see how he keeps Icy at bay as the Ramatra.
Well, they have taken the high ground.
Yeah, but just give up the space.
Somewhat, but look at the damage.
Doesn't matter. They're just going to walk away, and they can use their cooldowns, then they walk back.
Pops up just in time. Receives the healing from CJ and Opener. CJ making a quick stop as well to the Moira.
Rocked out again, and they pop window. The Ramatra go boom.
Ever so needed.
Holy shit, he survived, but not by much.
With this window being propped up on this high ground.
Yeah, but look at how much progress M80 already has. That's going to be almost 50% by the time that Timeless is able to get back into
under,
things. That
which is probably a little bit better,
be online soon, so
as long as they force someone to touch.
Timeless, but damage feels like it's been done here, and Hawk still has that grab.
Big rock.
Oh, there's the cancel on the call. Not before, though. Pelican ends up going down to that one. CJ with a nice aim onto Pelican, who was trying to touch the point, trying to juggle it to make sure M80 got as much percentage as possible. Did a fairly good job of it, 57%. You're not too happy with that. You are happy with that, sorry, as your first cap. And you come back in with a lot of ults too.
Yeah, like the flux, just use it to get people out of here. You also have the Sojourn Overclock that's already got one.
Oh,
let's go, Hydron.
Hydron.
Let's go, Hydron.
Just turning Opener into sludge. Well, there's the lamp already gone down, and just a pile of bodies now litter the floor as Timeless is just laid waste to by M80. Very quick flip there, 60% in building now.
And this is just last fight by the time that Timeless comes back. They have the sound barrier
especially as Hawk has got flux as well.
Yeah, like just stall. Exactly. Like Hawk can just play super far forward, get the flux up, just stop Timeless from being able to touch the point, or even just stall it out so that you can get something like a quick pick here from Hydron.
He's had flux for a while.
Take a head off there with a charged railgun shot.
I think he's saving it for either a beat rush
here from Timeless,
or for the Ramatra ult.
They've ever gone underground. Will allow Hawk to quickly rotate, and there's the flux. Managed to get Icy, and but Chopper that's actually ringing the ears of Pelican as he does sniping
Oh
from
my
across
goodness.
the map. Oh, the window versus the overclock, and the overclock takes the W there. Hydron does end up coming up with a kill there, but time is find the flip, and they've still got Icy on the point with their heals. CJ probably not going to need it, but was 10% away from that coalescence, as now Timeless take control.
But
Hi,
M80 now has
So-
gotten
Hope
to the
you're
point they
doing
want
well,
to,
and I
which is
hope you're
that if they
having a
take
good
back control of
time
the
watching
point,
the
they get a chance to
games.
win this
I'm
round.
so happy to
Timeless,
have
though, if they have
spent
anything to say
16
about it,
months in
they
this
do have that
community.
coalescence,
Here's
as you
to
mentioned.
16
That's going to
more
be
Dino
online by the
Dance
time that
BTW.
M80
The
tries
blue
to work their
shirt
way
is
back
nice
into things. So
flats,
pop the
believe.
coalescence
It's the
early.
16 months, I
Just
appreciate it.
keep M80 off of the point. It's a really good way for you to just try to get engaged, get a quick pick, and win the round.
Much love.
Hydra making his way
Good angle.
point, pressuring it a little bit. It is, but quite easily get run down. You've got to be a little bit careful at least.
Ooh.
Speed
This is
boost
a good
is on, and
coalescence.
so is that coalescence. It's final fight here for M80. They've got to reset real fast, and with Hawk dead, and with any more staggers, this is going to cost them dearly. Good snipe though again from Hydron on the opener. So now they've lost their
Oh
speed.
my god.
Very
Dude,
big
that
chance
fucking
M80 to come
burrito
back,
was
but they have
actually
not
heavy
got
as
that speed
shit.
boost
I feel
from
like,
Leb.
well,
He's only just
was
managed to
good
get the
though.
spawn, so it is going to be Tracer touching. Pelican gets there in the nick of time, hits the recall too. A pulse bomb in the back pocket as he re-triggers the OT as M80 try and make their presence
This is gonna be
known on
tough
the
for them.
point.
This is a really bad spot where they have to fight.
Chopper,
Yeah.
though, wants these rail
They're gonna take top.
Already.
Hawk's
The
gonna be
pulse
alone
bomb
on
available
point.
from Pelican. He manages to throw it out, but look at the commanding position that Chopper is taking right now
Wow.
on this high ground. Is there anything that M80 could do? I don't think
Wow,
there is.
that was
And
actually
just like
crazy.
that, Timeless take the first map.
What a back and forth. Jaws, we were hoping that this would be the case. And now that we've taken a look at this very first map, it was a 2-1 in favor of Timeless. Is this going to be the 5-map
The
series
BP
of
curse
the day?
lives on.
It kind of feels like it.
It is. Yes. I
Oh
pondered the
no.
Being able to
Most
show
of them
up
are
on
either
the
in
Sigma once
school
again,
or
I feel
live
like it makes a lot
on
of sense
Overwatch
for a
League
map like
leftovers.
Kings Row. You got those
Kinda,
angles
or
play
they live
around,
at home
but
still.
we're sad we don't have a Reinhardt meta right now. Sigma
That's why
can
Super
sort
went
of play
streamer?
both
I mean,
of
there's much
those
more than
roles.
that,
You got
actually,
the
but-
shield, you've got the angles that you can take with the orbs. No, you're
There's
not.
a lot more
you're
to that
not,
story.
like, okay with the. You're okay with no
It's not that
Reinhardt.
simple, but yeah.
What?
Tanks have been eating for far too long. I just made about 7 million tank players really mad. Enjoy.
There's 7 million tank players? That's
Little
hilarious.
Genji, full dive for
Okay.
okay, I am here for it. We saw what it ends up doing against M80, of course. They're just going to
Yeah.
want to rotate
So,
around the map. Just use the
I feel like
space to make
I
sure
shouldn't have to say that
Hulk
every
doesn't
few
get
months, but I
jumped
feel like I do
on.
have to
Just
say it
like
every
that,
few months when
pretty
people
low,
ask me
needs to
about
be
it.
in.
And it's like, dude, I've
Managed to
never
use
had
the
aspirations
grass just
for
to get
that.
himself back up, and Ultraviolet is there to bandage those wounds.
Wow. Watch the positioning that Riker takes on this Winston. Look at the angles that Timeless is going to take. They want
Riker.
us around this point. Sadly going back to spawn, but that's the game plan here for Timeless with the dive, is they want to just be able to take those angles. If M80 is playing it correctly, they won't let them do that, or they'll play in like the stairwell, or just spread out enough that nobody can get dove
I'd rather go
on
pro in
without
Fortnite.
being
Well, pro
punished
Fortnite's
by
big
a
money.
different angle from somebody
Pro
else on
Fortnite's
M80.
big money.
All right, Sunshine.
That,
no
if you want to talk pro players, that's where the millions are.
the Sode.
Genji's hard
There
against the
and
Echo,
Dota.
don't you think?
Yeah,
Dota's the other
broken
one.
Stuff too. It's kind of annoying.
Dota's
You don't
the
really
big
wanna
one,
dive in
actually.
With a limited health
Fortnite has a lot of other
pool
stuff.
after
Like
so
if you're a
long, and
Fortnite
yeah,
pro,
go
you're
kind of
probably
dominate
also a
again.
streamer, which means you also probably have a
need
creator
neutral.
code, which also means you're probably also playing in tons of tournaments and streaming your POV, so you're also having a lot of
Hawk
stream
is
hours,
making it
plus ads, plus
impossible
sponsors,
to get high ground
plus tournament
control. And
winnings,
as
plus
soon as
lots
he
of tournaments to
realizes no
play in,
one's, paying attention
plus
to him,
creator code.
yeah,
There's a
just
lot
leaves
of
his
things that
head
are
over the
there.
side, a couple of
If you're
spears
talking
sent your way.
pure
Pretty
tournament
rough
money,
stuff
it's
from
Dota.
Timeless right now,
Dota's the
although
big one.
saying that, Lev gets sniped
Now, League of
out
Legends
there
doesn't
with
hold a
Rainbow
candle to
Sunshine.
Dota.
And with
Okay, that's not totally true. League is also
down their
pretty
speed,
decent,
this
but
time is time
I don't think you
to
understand how much bigger
strike.
Dota is
They're gonna get a tick
in
on
the
the
money
point, though,
ways.
first.
Ooh, but
I think you might be
Duke will go here for
underestimating it.
Pelican.
Like
And then
I've
the
shown
Fear Rush as
esports
well. Lots
players
of
like
damage.
compensation, like how much they've paid, and like the top 10 is all Dota. Top 20 is like all Dota, except like I think there's like 2 or 3 in there. It's like Booga.
Taking that one up. I mean, without Lep, without the ability to kind of speed
There's a
walk
couple.
around
There's
and
not many.
boot people away from him, yeah, it was a pretty tough fight to win. Looks like Hawk's going to change things up. Jumps the Orisa. Timeless sticking on this dive.
Okay, how are you feeling about the Hawk Orisa right now? We did see it on Samoa. I felt like it was a really good way to be able to find the
I don't think I want you
sustainability,
here.
but it also
Get the
felt
fuck
like
out.
it was
Cool.
very easily punishable if you didn't have like the mobility.
Yeah, dislodging the Orisa is going to be impossible. It's going to be even harder for the Winston now, really, to get much. Although Hawk forcing to use pretty much every cooldown in his arsenal to try and survive against this rush. Yeah, there you go. There's the kill. In a rush, even the Orisa can't survive.
Ninja and Cypher make bank. Ninja's kind of a weirdo. I think Ninja's just jaded. Rightfully so. Have you seen all the shit that guy's had to go through with like people?
Queen, Doomfist, what's it gonna
Have you ever seen like all the shit that he's gone through? Yeah, of course. Obviously, he's fucking crying the money meme like, ooh. That doesn't mean it's still not annoying as fuck. It still doesn't mean it's shit. I think he's just jaded.
That the Doomfist
sick of it.
naturally provides, but now you have dive ability here with Pelican and Hydron on the Echo and the Tracer.
I kind of understand.
So let's see some disruption here from Hawk.
And you're so far behind in terms of tempo, though, especially with Sunshine.
Because especially in a game like Fortnite and Overwatch actually do share some similarities in that way.
Thought it was a little bit safer than he expected.
Isn't he sexist? No, he's not.
But unfortunately, it did not.
I think the one thing that people thought he was sexist for is he said that he didn't want to play with women on stream, and like his reasoning behind that, like although I don't personally agree with it, like I understood like what he was trying to say. It was like because people are so weird about it, and people are so cringe. Like I don't personally agree, and I wouldn't do that, but
to roll out a lot quicker than Orisa, that is for sure.
I mean, if you look at all the other things he's talked about, or the way he's behaved on certain things, like it's because of how people have treated him, you know?
Bomb. You also had the sound barrier invested into that fight. And Timeless, they only lost CJ. They're able to come back in after forcing out all of those ultimates, and they've got 2 of their own.
And the Fortnite audience is unfortunately kind of cringe. You know, it's a lot of younger people. And in some ways, Overwatch even, you can see that sometimes.
Did not know where he was there as Hawk just descended on him with the Doomfist. They do end up trading as Pelican ends up going down. But Hawk's
I don't know what the Pokey thing is, so I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember that.
And Ultraviolet 2 not needing to overextend on the Kiriko means it's really tough for Timeless to actually get into the backline and find some kills.
For sure. Doomfist, that's exactly where he would love to be. It's just having those levels to play around. The payload makes some really nice angles to be able to get those punches
you're not wrong.
The enemy
it's
team.
Fucked.
So you definitely love to see
that. It's actually very fucked.
It's going to force Riker to switch.
And Overwatch is absolutely like that. It's just honestly a little bit more under the hood than people realize.
It's a very interesting pick. We've seen a couple of teams go for.
It's like taboo to talk about.
I love the opportunity to go for something like a knife and just disrupt somebody out of the defensive team.
No, I don't really watch Fortnite competitive. I just kind of I loosely follow a lot of other games as like what they're doing.
As they Kasune rush,
Fortnite's also the hardest game to go pro in.
This is going to be nasty from M80.
I'm not disagreeing, but I also think of something like
and the rest of the team
League of Legends or CS.
Using that rush to push themselves onto the point. Now they're going to have to contend with this sound barrier. As soon as that rush
something that's been around for a very long time might be harder, but yeah.
Advantage they can, and there's the slam into the ground. Sunjin's dead, and with 40 seconds to go, M80 are holding this point firm in their grasp. If they can kill Riker too, this will be a big stagger. Hawk is going super low, playing with this overhealth, but no, it's Rocket that comes up big with a kill. They do end up trading, and with Pelican getting kills here,
they got 2 at least, 2 for 1.
Way quicker at getting back to the point.
Mel, thank you for 27 months. Appreciate it.
Thank you. This is going to be a scrappy last fight, Rose, but Hawk's going to get back there first.
That was a perfect trade. That was a perfect trade for M80 to take there, because you're right. Hawk gonna be able to get back to this point, and it's gonna be a full 5v5. Can Timeless even get there though? Like, do they have all the members of the team? Rocket's gonna have to go touch first.
They've got touch first, exactly that, and Sunjin couldn't make this pretty one-sided if he lands the shots, but M80 have got different ideas. Sound barrier comes out, helping the Soch stay alive, but not for long. Dashed up onto the high ground when taken care of by Ultraviolet, and now Hydron trying to make some damage. Stick spots Rocket with a recall, though, is going to be more than safe. This payload still pushing in, and Timeless still have fuel left in the tank. 2 ultimates in their back pockets.
This is actually insane right now. This is a dogfight.
Onto Rocket. Hydron demolishes his opposition Tracer. The post one gets flung out a little bit wide, but it's all good. You got the clip already. So we're all chilling, Hydron. There's a rush coming in. Another.
They gotta get this beat. Gotta get this beat. Gotta get this beat.
Trying to make this hurt.
Now they go hard. They go hard with the beat.
A moment goes by before Lek unleashes it. A 5-man sound barrier beat. Hawk trying to create space, separating the backline from the front.
That was disgusting.
Can he actually take down Sunjin? Sunjin manages to get out of there just in time, but
that was disgusting.
Gets back to the high ground, and M80
180 punch hits 2, kills 1.
Finally end the fight as Timeless are wiped from point B, and M80 stopped them.
Am I doing any local car shows / spring this summer?
Before that
Never really thought about that.
Oh, that was so scrappy. That was so scrappy. There were so many times I'm like, Hawk is so low, but wait, let past sound barrier.
I love seeing Hawk on the Doom.
Sunjo getting a bunch of
Actually playing tanks where I feel like you can make an impact.
Overwatch.
You get to actually watch them pop off. It's cool.
Not good on the voice.
Thoughts on Arby's dog?
Good to see. I love it. M80.
Well, all of us watchers are enjoying.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So as long as it's fun for everybody watching. M80. I really like the transition there from Hawk. Coming onto the Orisa, trying to hold the archway, back onto the Doomfist, a pick he's extremely good at. And you can tell he's good because he has the Emerald weapon skin on the Doomfist. So that's how you know if someone's good at the
That's
game.
how it works.
Exactly.
For sure.
Time is on defense though.
I'm sorry,
Rose,
Arby's is a meat place that's best item is French fries.
Okay, so we saw the Winston.
Arby's' whole business strategy is buying other fast food companies that do better.
They did do this yesterday, so just
I don't know where Arby's got this magic bag and just starts buying every other company, but that's all they do. They know how to make French fries. They know how to buy other people.
Can play with multiple.
They buy all the other one. They buy all the other fast foods. That's what they do. That's it.
The emote in. I love that.
The less of him emote. Mad respect. Ooh.
We love that. Oh, that was close.
Nice little headshot. Bit of free ult charge.
I don't know about Milkshake's though, but Milkshake's really not that hard to not fuck up.
Ooh, Hawk's on Diva. We love that for him.
Very vintage pick. Hawk Diva.
You know, if they were like, we have the French fries, I'd say it was a good place.
Exactly. It's like, it's,
you know?
not only is it a throwback, it's comfort. It's also
we have the French fries. Okay. You know what? Good place.
This is so much dive potential here for M80 to work with, and they want to push the gas. They don't have far for this cart to go.
Yeah, Riker right now.
Poor Ramatra. Stand there and try not to die. Yep.
He's trying to dodge out the way.
Stand there, try not to die. Have a good time.
Finally. Okay, Opener's there to play a bodyguard.
Give me one thing to one. Plus, they said they have the meats, not the good meats.
Okay, dude. We can deal with your back line, says Pelican. They do end up trading the kill there, but there's 2 ticks, and I mean, right now, Riker's just getting rings run around him. I mean, Hawk and Hydron, they just have so much more mobility than this Ram, who wants to just sit on the point and just lock it down. And Timeless, they're going to lose this one if they're not careful. And yeah, without supports, without the heals, it was only a matter of time. 5 minutes and 15 seconds of the time bank as M80 unlocked that point.
Yeah, like you don't have the Lucio there, so it feels very difficult for you to actually find the openings you want with the mobility. And oh, what a stagger onto Seonjun as well, as Hawk just continues to push that envelope forward. And look at that cart. It's going to get rolling. It does, again, not have too far to go. And M80 has so much snowball potential here.
Yeah.
Do you think we get to see this Diva self-destruct actually be like a yeet?
I mean, we've seen crazier things, I think. Maybe. Pelican's playing it rather sneaky beaky like in the back line. Oh, good pulse bomb late. Okay, all right, well, Suzu exists. Forgot about that one, my bad. Well, there's the Kitsune rush from Ultraviolet, like you said, keeping up that tempo, keeping up that pressure, and Riker just got bopped around there. Little pulse bomb, but no, once again, the Suzu saving Ultraviolet. Suzu's himself, pulse bomb goes by the wayside.
It's a big
nice
pick.
little to Hydron, but Rose, that payload is still marching forward.
I would be worried though if I was M80. You don't want to put too far forward that you run into the same issue that Timeless did, where they got this cart so close and then they just didn't have enough resources to clutch it out. So that's why you don't see Hawk pushing too far forward until the rest
it depends
of the
on what
team
you mean
is
viable.
there.
I mean, I could
Now
break
it's
him
time
by
to start
telling
to
you give him
use
another
those
50
ultimates.
armor.
You got this Kitsune rush here from
Or
CJ
20,
to help
actually another
push
50
M80
armor.
back, but M80 has so much fight in them. I'm looking at Pelican. Sunjin's just dead.
Okay.
What?
Sticky bombs, headshot with a kunai. Okay, you're gonna have to pull the rush. You're gonna have to use everything else. Opener has got sound barrier. He's the difference maker here.
Ramatra.
A Ramatra copy, and that's gotta be a free annihilation. Look at Riker's health bar. A 2-man sound barrier from Opener. Only hits himself and CJ, and that's going to be about it. M80 making this one look easy. 2 meters to go, 1 meter, and you got 3
That means if you predicted that it was going to be 3-0s out, I'm sorry.
We did see the Diva.
You have lost.
Hawk did
So
deliver.
You have lost.
The bomb did go forward. It just didn't get anybody. But
It wasn't a hopper bomb from 2020 NYXL homestand. That is
R.I.P. your points.
no one's ever going to be
Poco
able to
diva bomb.
recreate that. Exactly, a Poco bomb.
Ah,
Normally used for remake, sadly. Nothing crazy, nothing flashy.
I know.
But there you go. M80 with a spectacular finish on King's Row. Like, it weren't like speed running it or anything like that on
Flawless.
their attack, but yeah, it was flawless. It really was. And this is kind of what you expect, especially when you kind of pick your map, pick your comfort. But the flexibility from M80 cannot be understated,
go through this
especially
stuff
with Hawk on the tank.
not moving my camera every damn time,
He's
Jeff.
the
Not happening.
best North American tank
You
player that we
right
have
off.
currently.
Sorry.
someone run the numbers on that, but it's
100%.
like abysmal. It's an abysmal rate.
How often you see these players in comp? All the time.
and if I'm on the call, but you know what? Maybe not this time around. Please,
Maybe
it's
not.
already happened
No,
once
see,
today. No more.
We'll
No.
see. All right, gates are opening in 5 seconds. Yeah, Icy, like you very rightly predicted there, just sticking on the Ram and Hawk on the Sig. Okay, playing a little bit of a long-range duel. And like I mentioned before, there's a lot of players on M80. In fact, every single one of their DPS players can play Tracer at the highest level. So it's actually Pelican this time around with Hydrogen jumping over to the Sojourn. So he made his name on the Sojourn on Toronto Defiant in the Overwatch League. Sojourn was just lights out.
Yeah, absolutely. And it takes a very, very strong DPS to be able to contend with someone like that. And Chopper's been able to live up to that hype. Either going toe-to-toe with the Sojourn versus Sojourn mirror, as we saw on Samoa, or just being able to get those picks before Hydron can. It's all going to come down to this neutral fight
The
here.
Ramatra pick is just
we're getting a little
kinda
bit of a
struggling a
tussle
little bit,
here
I feel
for
like, 'cause
M80 to try to take
You
the
see how he
lead.
goes up, takes a little bit of space, and just backs away,
Yeah,
wait,
we'll see
and
how
then
long it takes to
like, here it goes
get the
again.
first kill. It's going to be a little bit
Oh.
more explosive at least.
Just back away 2 inches again.
Coming up very shortly.
You say that.
No
10
kills
seconds.
Mad respect from Hydron's skin as well, rocking the Hunter's skin. Mad respect. Icy in trouble.
It's
Already
rocked,
used the
yep.
Nemesis form. Oh dear, there's the rock.
Just gotta
there's
get,
the kill.
you know, like
There you
any
go.
chance
Okay,
you
we
have to
don't
go
have to wait
like
another 3 minutes.
aggressive, they
That was
just
close.
leave,
It was like 15.
and
but-
then otherwise you get walked
There you
over.
go.
Sucks.
All right, and this is going to be the big problem here for Timeless. Oh, they're actually using the window of the high ground. Extra kills here is going to be super nice if they can actually find them. Chopper's in a really rough spot right now, trapped between a window and Hawk, who's made himself known on that staircase over there. However, maybe overexposing himself a little bit too much to a pulse bomb, in fact, over rockets. Managed to insert himself into that seam fight quick, sharp, and yeah, M80 spreading themselves a little bit too thin.
Yeah, now they've all been taken down, so Timeless here gets an opportunity to be able to make some meaningful progress on this push bot, which is something that I feel like has been rare for our matches today. Been a little bit one-sided when it's come to push, but with some of these ultimates online as well, like CJ already has a Kitsune Rush.
Yeah, my
He
side
can
is
just lay
pretty
that
good.
down now,
Honestly, I
and
slept
Timeless
in
can
really
try
hard.
to
It was great.
maintain control over this mid as it fills up that space beautifully.
It's picking the right time to strike. Finding a point where Hawk is maybe stepping a little bit too far forward, but they've given him a lot of time here, and because they won that first fight, Hawk has got Flux pretty much 5% away. That's a couple more spheres, but
Ooh.
that's a good opening pick. Okay, Rocket takes down Pelican. CJ just trying to fling kunais out to aid Rocket in getting some kills, although not successful. He's at least going to push M80 back.
Ooh, still making some progress. M80 does have to back up here because they don't want to overexpose themselves like they did before. But now is an opportunity for Hydron to start to strike back
Trade
here with the
beat for
overclock.
Yeah, stand by in response to that overclock as Hydron does peek the headed Chopper there, who went to the high ground but decided better of it. The Suzu and a pulse bomb landed on the ground as that road has been ripped straight under this bridge, and there's the Flux I was waiting for. Does catch one, it catches Icy,
That's a
and an
big Flux.
instant kill. Couldn't even reset there. He couldn't reset the Nemesis form with his Annihilation. It was 3% away, although not sure it really would have made a difference. Good fight win there from M80. Cost him a little bit in terms of ultimate economy, but they do burn Timeless's support ults.
Those support ults are really big to get out, and Ultraviolet still has that window, so a nice way to just continue to push Timeless back, which is especially important when you look at Icy having that Annihilation up and running.
How
That
are
is
they
a
gonna play this
close
here?
quarters ultimate, so
Are they just gonna sit there and shoot the ram?
Burst down
They
such
might.
a tanky target is going to be very helpful. So all eyes on Ultraviolet right now.
Window, one barrel gun, that'll do it. Up to the high ground too. Oh, Chopper.
Holy shit, beat aggressive, just
God.
W keyed. What the fuck?
Chopper's dead. Icy
No
gone.
fear.
Yeah, that pulse will not finding much there. Rocket A. Nice play by Chopper though. I will say disruptor shot as everybody kind of clambers on the high ground, but yeah, instant window.
Now the
pop
Tracer's the one pushing card.
Annihilated. And here's where M80's comp really does shine. Just this poke war, waiting for Timeless to close the gap. These long, extended sightlines just working out so well for them.
Yeah, like Hawk has that shield to play around. That's one of the things that makes this Sigma versus Ramattra matchup so interesting, is that Hawk can put that barrier down for one of those backlines DPS.
Oh,
and look at that.
Oh, across the map. Chopper, it doesn't matter. All good. Icy cleaned up.
Hawk
Jumps
railgun
into the
for
front
this.
line, snipes Hawk in the face with that railgun.
I think they were going to win that anyways.
They did manage to take the lead, force Timeless to use ults, overclock, and annihilation, used to win that bot back.
You're super happy with that if you're M80, because that's a lot of very valuable ultimates.
I would
now
not
off
be happy
the
with that
table.
if it was Timeless.
The sound barrier
I
is
feel like that was
also
a little
not
too
online
much.
quite yet, so you can still utilize like the pulse bomb, force out that immortality field, just anything. And I think you'll be in a good spot. Hydron also almost has that overclock too. I don't know what Chopper's doing.
not playing Tracer.
I was gonna ignore it for a second because I'm like, what is he doing over
Trying
there?
to find a cheeky angle on the backline, but yeah, you're kind of negative.
Now he's out of the fight.
Yeah, you'd expect the Tracer to be in that position, but yeah, maybe just charging up the railgun and getting a snipe on the back of someone's head, but it's quite annoying in this backline saying that. Just managed to get the kill onto Hawk, and in fact, this is working out an unorthodox play. Maybe not respected
What in
by
the
M80.
world are we
They've
watching
kinda
right now?
switched positions. Hydron back onto the high ground though, paying Chopper a little visit.
They popped railgun. They popped B to flip it back.
Sound barrier in response from opener. Luckily, Hydron had the slide to get away just in time as Lep ends up falling over to the Soja.
I wasn't too sure what they were cooking, but they cooked.
Wow.
They certainly cooked a little.
You take a look at the overclock there, and I feel like it was a little bit poorly positioned. Just
Okay,
being right in front of
Ramattra
Chopper's
kinda
face,
just
but
hard
as
trolled.
they say that, it's working now. That
I mean, they
M80's
pop
given
window
them
on
that
them, so like, you know,
space
it
and can come
happens,
back here
but
with the Sojourn.
Look how close they are to the lead too. I mean, this is
What is this window?
Mary window from CJ. He's got his work cut out of him.
I don't know about
He's
that one.
overkill, maybe a kill
There's
tack
so many
to actually turn that one around. I was unlucky from CJ.
I know they were trying
Didn't
to
quite
take
find
the
damage in
lead,
team
but
and the help that he really required. Just like Timeless switching up their comps too. Icy just wanting to match the Sig at this point.
I think the Sigma has been more impactful from M80 in that Sigma versus Ramattra matchup, just specifically because of the shield. And so if Icy has one as well, now you also have CC with the accretion. Could just help out with some of those pesky flankers like Pelican or Hydron.
Pelican with a bat in his sights. No lamp, no problem.
big stick.
Goodbye, rest of the team. This ends now for Chopper, but it's actually his team that ended. M80 taking the control of the bot once again. Look how close Timeless were as well. Only a couple of meters stood in their way of actually gaining the lead, but it's now M80 that are going to stretch their one further.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
close.
Timeless
It's
doesn't have
so
any ults,
close here
really.
between these two teams. This
gonna be a free
it's gonna be
flux.
able to make some progress, but not before Timeless is able to come back here and push them away. So no first point capture for either team just yet. But going toe-to-toe in terms of that meterage. Hawk has this Gravitic Flux though, so a really nice way to be able to try to bully Timeless off of the spot
New
and
Sig
take
skin.
back that meaningful progress. Oh, overclock too. Just line him up here for Hydron to shoot down.
Everybody's so scared of peeking. Using it as a warning, pretty much. Just let it loose around the corner.
Are they the exact same
Clearly
comp
missed
except for
the
tanks?
kill feed at least. 'Cause, yeah,
I
we've
hate to
reset.
break it to
It's
you,
just
dude.
all the poke wall. Here right now, Rose. M80 do have the lead, and they got 2 minutes to play with too. I see a shield there from Hawk, but it looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. We're seeing a lot of healing coming from the sides, but there's the flux. It hits too, and the rock completely missed. Lamb comes out just in time to save Icy in the front line, who's built up a fair amount of his own
Wow, that was
flux.
a good beat.
A sound barrier to march on forward. Timeless need to win this fight and the next one to surely gain the lead.
Kill the
Although
Sigma
saying
again,
that, it's
though.
only 6 meters that stands in their way. Pelican takes down Icy, so it's anybody's game right now, as Hawk is just playing bodyguard for the rest of his team. Rocket's trying to
They took
chase him
lead.
down, but what a rock from Hawk! A 180 spin onto Rocket to take care of the pesky Tracer.
Wow, a huge pick there, but not before Timeless is actually able to sneak away with just a fraction of a meter to
That's
gain
crazy.
the
They took lead.
That's huge here. When we
M80
have
has
just
4
a minute
ults
left.
though.
That's
So
quite
as long
big.
as they don't
Now,
fuck
M80,
this
though,
up.
They do have a lot of ults to work with, but this is back to a neutral fight. Even maybe a little bit more in favor of Timeless being able to play around this bridge.
Yeah, insane clutch there, Rose. Insane clutch.
What a steal.
59.97 versus 59.39. Yeah, you're feeling pretty bad about that if you're M80 right now with 40 seconds to go. Flux, really early sound barrier, and
Dude, Hydrant is fucking balls deep right now. What is it?
Manages to snipe CJ.
Okay, they get one. They get two.
35 seconds to go as Hulk.
They get lamp. That might as well be three.
Using the shield to just block all the damage. There's nothing much they can do. The bot is stolen away completely. Icy though, yeah, is gonna do what you do best on this map. Just stand on that bridge, contest the bot from the high ground. But Pelican spots the stick, lands the pulse. A lamp just in time. CJ from downtown. They managed to take care of it, but they need to get this follow-up damage. Pelican just can't come up with the kill, but the bot has finally been stolen away. And Chopper tried to pull a Hydra, but it wasn't to be. That bot halted right there and then, right in front of Timeless's checkpoint, and they might have won the fight here, but M80 stole the lead right from under their noses.
Oh
okay.
My goodness! Now it's going back into Timeless's territory.
This comes down to
overtime
Flux
as well. Now they gotta win one more fight. This is gonna be really tough though, because you're looking to try to just pepper the resistance onto this bot before you're able to get your teammates back in form. But M80 is the one that has the grab Flux. They can actually just CC everybody off right now with the lead.
Yeah, nice. He's back on the Doom too, and someone has to perma-touch that bot, like you said, Rose. Rocket wants to make some space here with this pulse on, find a kill. But he's going to be
Big Flux incoming. Big Flux incoming. Here it comes.
Surely it's over.
He just doesn't want to get punched. He's waiting for the next punch.
The freest Flux of his life.
Oh my god. He was waiting for the punch. And they beat it and pulsed him.
They just run over the front line of M80.
Oh my gosh, everybody has to back up now, because if M80 loses to anybody else, this is going to be game over for them in this map. Timeless, they've got the window.
They can stall on this high ground. No, it touches the bot again. Oh, the C9.
Oh,
There's no way they just threw again. No, fuck. There's no way that's happened twice in one day. NA, what are you guys doing?
Using the sound barrier to just run over Hawk. Rose, come on. Is it in the contract? What's going on here? Another C9.
I'm done. I'm done. Pack it up. It's another
Pack
one.
it up.
Well, if it's M80's map choice, that makes me even more excited to see like what we could get. But to be fair, both Flashpoint maps I feel like play so similarly that you're not really gonna see too much difference when it comes down to like some of the compositions you see. So I don't know. It's more of an aesthetic choice, don't you think, with what map you'd rather play? What is your favorite, Jaws? What would you rather play?
Suravasa. What, for Flashpoint?
Flashpoint, yeah.
Oh, Suravasa for sure.
City.
Yeah.
Really?
Sure, yeah. Easily Suravasa, yeah. I think it's the
It is very
of the two
pretty.
maps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the points on Suravasa more, I think, than New Junk City. Man, I don't know. I feel like half the time when you ask someone's favorite map, it's like very much just predicated on if they've lost a ton on that map in ranked, or if they won a ton. You know what I mean? So I feel like
Actually true.
more Suravasa than I do New Junk City. So
Biased for that reason, for sure. Well,
All right,
maybe that's what M80 is feeling here.
Running
It's
Sigma on this is very
map,
interesting.
So therefore, New Junk City is the way to go.
I mean, Hawk's running the Sigma here. I don't mind this whatsoever. I'm still kind of expecting them to run.
Why are they running? Why are they playing so far away with the Ram comp?
Yeah, I am.
You'd figure they'd play much more up close.
Exceptional.
Yeah, I think it's worked out for them as well, especially when we look at Coliseo. Icy felt forced into the position of switching over to the Sigma himself. So where does this barrier go? I think that you can play around with it just a little bit easier with the Sigma to push it forward.
Hawk just donk walking forward. Okay,
What?
well, there's a
Yeah. Just rock.
Why are they playing it like this? I feel like they're playing it so weird. I don't like how they're playing this at all. They kind of just sat top, waited for points open, then forced point with like 3 people, let them take tight, and just die.
Well, there's going to be pretty... As soon as this form swishes, they just got to run Icy down. There's the kill.
Okay, that's going to be huge. They're going to run Hawk down now.
They really want to fight this. I mean, they got the control of the point as well, to be fair.
Wow, wait, whoa.
They've already built themselves up a decent
He took so much damage, he had to stop. He was going to kill him. He was 1 HP.
Long fight. Feels like it should have been over
Damn, he got
years
saved.
ago, and Icy has had quite a few rotations of his Nemesis form too, but there you go. All right, M80 with the flip.
There you go. If you have control of the point already, I think you just continue to work up that percentage, and by the
Ram's
time
poke
that you're
isn't
actually
bad,
able
but
to
yeah.
get back into things,
Yeah,
you're
but
like,
you don't
okay,
play
like,
poke
every
with Ram
little
versus
bit
a
of
Sigma
progress
like
is
that, I
going
don't
to
think.
count. But
Like, I know I'm
now
not
when you look
saying
at
I'm
the
better
ultimate
or anything like
economy,
that, but
M80 is,
I feel like it's just not the play.
having the time of their lives out here. That's 5 on the board. Hydron gets to pop the overclock now before Timeless even makes it to the point.
Yeah, I really like stalling out, pushing them super far back. Just obviously with the flashpoint, the
fine
checkpoint ticks up
overclock.
so quickly, so they have
it's
to
one fight.
regain all this ground. Exactly, not fighting at the doors, not fighting at these small choke points, force them all the way to, not all the way to spawn, but close enough.
Annihilation though, opportunity here for Icy to try to make some space.
Already used Nemesis form though. Ideally, you just want to combo those together. Although saying that, Hawk stepping up. There's the annihilation. But oh no, he's bombed down to the ground.
No
Can he
way.
extend it? He's very, very close to actually just running out. Flux does hit Icy and is
Oh man,
instantly
that's
eliminated. It will be
tragic.
Timeless flipping the point, but once again, it's up to M80 now to try and come
That's
back to this.
tragic.
From left. Not sure Hawk was actually going to go down there from that pulse bomb, but they made sure, they guaranteed it. Chopper ripping the overclock, but can't quite find it. There it is, finally. That second shot landing after Let booped him away. And this is actually Timeless now coming up big. They lost Icy super early on, but now 85%. M80 might not have a chance to come back in. In fact, Hawk switched over to Doom to try.
They are going to try to get back into this one because
Man, I sure do wonder what the meta DPS slash supports are.
Touch though, but for how long? And can you actually follow that up with a pick?
Yeah, and they got rushed too. So
Hey, I'm just saying, dude, my tier lists have been fucking spot on, other than maybe Zarya in the remake.
Surely. Nice flip from Timeless.
My tier lists have been fucking spot on.
M80 at their own game. And there we go. Point number 1. Out Timeless.
There you go. And now we go over to Bomb Flats, it looks like, as the next flashpoint.
I remember people were saying like Genji was higher and then Sojourn's not as good.
And they did the punch and they get to play
And
this
now
a bit
every
more
game is fucking
offensively, which means that
Sojourn, and we don't see
Chopper,
Genji
Sojourn
anywhere.
gets to get set up. That's huge. You have all these sightlines to play with now. And what if you just get that opening pick?
Yeah, so what I kind of expected with the Doom. I mean, Hydron's going to have to make some space and get some work done with this overclock. It's only 10% away as they try and just navigate their way around the point. Look for an opening with Hawk to try and get in and that cause a little bit of disruption with the help of Pelican. Oh, Hydron sliding away. What a perfectly timed vortex there by Icy to slow him down. It's actually Chopper that finds the first kill. They do end up trading DPS for DPS, and there's a big ult advantage here for M80. And
that was close.
Sliding away from that pulse bomb. This Kasune rush is going to be a death sentence for Icy. A lot of charge built off of his body too.
He gets punched out of his thing.
Just ripping his health bar straight from him. Nice little recall, but Timeless, they're still in these fights, Rose. They always manage to cap the point first and build some percentage before M80 managed to find the cap.
Yeah, and look how well that worked out for them on that very first flashpoint. They were able to take the win there. And so
I like
now
the Doom
with
swap.
M80 getting the flip, it's all about can you stall out if you're Timeless. All of these ultimates that M80 have banked up here. That's going to be 4 by the time that Timeless come back. So opener sound barrier is going to have to be the biggest sound barrier we have ever
There was a
seen.
tiny bit of Zen,
So
but not really.
Maybe try to make
Just on long sightline maps like
a couple of different win conditions that Timeless can play
I
for
forget
here,
what it's
but I'm
called.
looking at the sound
Midtown?
barrier.
Oh, there's the annihilation. It's going to be tough to really make this stick. Yeah, there it is. Does end up fading away, and here comes the re-engage sound barrier. Hydron hasn't got the slide. Only just came back up in time there. But
No, there's no Chinese
coming out
teams.
from M80. Hydron
China still
trying
is
to
not
find
able to
an
compete
initial kill. It's
because
actually
of,
Pelican that comes up for M80. There will be a kill onto
well, a lot of
Hydron,
reasons.
of all people. It's just a scrap fest right now. It's hold by Hog.
Hawk got
Trying to
fucking
make a
deleted.
play onto Chopper, but one of a young superstar in the North American region, putting his namesake to one of the better Sojourns too we have in the region.
It's going toe-to-toe. Like, this is, like, Chopper, Hydron both fighting for those first picks. And Matey did walk away with 90%, though. And so you get back into this one really quickly. Hawk is already there to try to punch somebody out of position. But Timeless still have ults.
So recall that. Recalling back to the It was the exact same spot they were a second ago.
I love the strat from the Ramatra. Stand there, block. Have an opportunity, finally, use ults, run at them!
From opener. Ultraviolet, yeah, I mean, there's just no way. Maybe you get a cheeky kill on the Tracer. Oh my god, yes he will!
Holy shit!
Nasty from UV.
Speak and you shall receive, Josh.
That was gross.
Yo, UV, chill.
We love it. All right, well, that's going to be another flashpoint here for Timeless as we look towards
Maybe
the
I'm
next
crazy, but I
one.
feel like M80 needs to play more aggressive.
If history is
They're
gonna
playing
repeat
really
itself,
slow
it's
at the
gonna be,
moment.
Capture for Timeless first, and then a flashpoint.
Okay, I like this. I like this.
I don't know,
He's
maybe
trying
not this
to
time
change the
around.
course.
Nice little pulse bomb opener there from Pelican. Stuck the Ram, and then the Ram walked into the DPS, and that's where you can blame your tank player.
Why am I yawning? Am I really that tired?
It's not the push bot, it's the accidental pulse into the rest of your team.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Why you not stand still, tank player? Please.
Honestly, it was probably the food. The food kind of put me to sleep.
Yourself. Please don't press the W key, whatever you do.
Do not move. Take hand off keyboard. 20% in building here for M80. CJ playing super far back. Yeah, doesn't really want to get in the way of Hawk. That is for sure. Icy's Nemesis form kind of running out there pretty swiftly.
Can you explain the difference in the two comps?
It's
3 months.
Not really had a word to say.
There is, I mean, the difference is one's running Doom, one's running Ramatra. The Ramatra one is basically standing there and trying not to die. The Doom one is looking to make plays.
Get as many picks as you can, whatever ultimate charge you can, but Timeless now are going to be a bit on the back foot here as maybe have 55%. But it's another same old of who's going to be able to find that ultimate value. It's going to be Kitsune Rush so early here. Asushi just
really
let
like
that go.
Yeah, Timeless kind of playing M80 at their own game. Just the tempo play from them has just been so clean. I spoke about it in the first couple of maps where I felt like M80 very much in control of that, but it's Timeless flipping it on its
Timeless
head.
has definitely been playing more aggressive again.
Super early, and I think that's important.
Like at the first fight, they didn't play that well. But
no more extra straggler kills, so that is a little bit unfortunate, but they're still able to reset their positioning.
One is purely blocking, the other block can be powered up to go in. That's actually such a good description. One is block only, one is block to then go in. That's crazy.
Target there in the back, even just force out some cooldowns so that Chopper can have a bit of an easier time here with that overclock ult.
Yeah, I mean, Hawk is not at the best time at all on this Doomfist. Here comes OT. There's this stick. However, yeah, Suzu, and you still have all the extra armor too. Sound barrier comes in. Oh my, lip just exploding to a million pieces in front of Pelican's face there.
Damn.
And Timeless is just gonna run away with this one, just like that. M80.
Real talk, you know what I've noticed in this map?
Hawk finds one kill onto CJ on the back of it, but that'll be
M80 stopped going for their backline, and they started focusing on the Ramatra again. Like they've been focusing the Ramatra again, and he just stands there and blocks and doesn't do anything.
Getting negated. That charge is not getting negated by only shooting the shield. So yeah, it's
yeah, way too many guys are telling on yourselves on the YouTube side. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think you understand. You're not welcome here with that. You're really not welcome here with that.
You're seeing a little bit of a different look here as well.
You're in the wrong spot.
We're going with the Moira. They're going with the Ram.
All right, I
don't think you guys are smart enough to realize that pronouns have existed all through history. We've always used them. We've literally always used them. They just recently have become a topic of political ideology and division. It's not woke. Your whole life you've been using them and you've never even realized. You're just too dumb to realize.
Nemesis form just walking forward.
And I mean, if you've watched my content, you know that I'm not a big fan of stupid people. Stupid people piss me off.
That's what you really need, especially on this point too. You need a
so
very quick
you can sit there and you think it's funny, but you're just telling on yourself, and you're not going to be here very long. And that's okay. I'm not going to want you here.
It can be just so frustrating to deal with, and you can see Hawk kind of already stepping up. Although because Timeless all died around the same time, and some of them were able to escape, they should be able to hold them now and just play the corner and just play the high ground if you're Chopper.
Yep, you're gonna see this drop down though from Timeless to try to play around this first corner, but look at Ultraviolet's charge, that Coalescence is coming up mighty quick here, and that's a great engagement tool for M80 to work with.
Yeah, you just got to rip it. As soon as you get that Coalescence online, you just got to go for it. A lot of straight
Stalemate
lines
until
here, but
then.
Chopper once again taking down Hydron with a railgun to the face. And, well, with the pulse bomb in Rocket's hands, I'm not sure they're even going to need it at this point. Oof, nice tracking from Rocket 2. Straight through the air. 2.5 minutes to go. And what feels like an all too familiar sight on this map, getting halted on this corner just before first.
That's exactly the problem that you were talking about. Is
this little section though is actually really tough to take. Actually, they're playing the Ram now.
There's only a couple of avenues
that's
that you can
super
go
interesting.
Getting locked into that small room on the left does not feel like a viable scenario. So your only choice is to have to go up this main corridor. But lucky for M80, they do have that ultraviolet coalescence online. So that's the engagement tool they want to play around here.
A lot of ultimates though for Timeless. Speaking of which, oh, Rockets!
What?
Well, that's one way to end a fight.
Okay, never mind.
Hydron left dead. Yeah, sayonara that push. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go as Rocket opens that one up with a bang.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't really contestant to the checkpoint, I feel like. Well, it's about it's
2 attempts to work
like the card doesn't really matter until it gets to like whatever the point is, right? Like whatever will give you a point, right? Like it's rather to hold space and hold good like good areas and live than just sit there on the cart and die.
The overclocks here from Hydron and Chopper to try to get that advantage in the neutral.
Damage orb straight into that Coalescence. He's trying to Kamehameha them down, but it's just too much health to really shoot through. I mean, Hydron also with a decent line of sight here, but both
that's a big beat, Ramol. Oh, they were counter beated. Oh, no, the other team.
There was just nothing stopping him right
They're both standing there. Punch. Finally, you get to go punch. Oh, and your shift is over.
Seconds to go in these late deaths. This is disaster for M80. Timeless might just turn this one around. An expensive old fight from both teams.
Thank you for super chatted. I appreciate it.
A big pulse bomb here will turn the tides either way.
Yeah, like Pelican has the same opportunity here, but playing from this attacking position, you have to use all of your cooldowns in order to actually get in and try to get on a target. You got one shot at this one if you're Pelican. You're waiting for those blinks, you're waiting for that wave, but oh my gosh, Timeless has just had everybody's number.
Dude, Icy just stands there and just does not die. He's just like the great wall. He's actually so good at it. Just standing there and blocking. Oh, big Suzu.
Maybe goes down. They managed to get it off, but still the armor was there to mitigate a lot of that damage. And now the rush comes through for Timeless, and they can just run over.
Hawk ran out of block.
Nothing stopping Icy, just running at him, and the rest of the team are just going to fall over. M80 halted at this first point. Timeless playing this perfectly, and just
damn, Timeless.
Rocket coming out with a big double kill on the
Timeless,
and Chopper just putting Hydron
looking
to rest
pretty good
over and over again. This is M80 just not being able to find a footing at all.
That's a full hold.
I low-key think M80's playing into their
really
playstyle. Low-key.
On the flip side of things, Timeless, they've been able to open up so many of those fights with the first pick, and how do you contend with that if you're M80? You have to play around all of this, all these buildings, all these walls, but it just feels like Timeless has been able to sneak into the back. Like that sneaky pulse bomb. Like I'm still going back to that and thinking, what could M80 have done differently in that scenario? It's like not their fault.
And they're matching them too. They're pretty much going mirror comp for mirror comp, apart from the small change in the support lineup, of course, the Moira instead of the Kiriko. It's just not working out right now.
Too.
Pound for pound is working out for Timeless. Yeah, I do as well. I think Moira's pretty damn viable at this current moment in time. The Suzu has also had a lot of impact over the course of the series, and just in general, Suzu will always be an ability that is going to be useful regardless of the meta, reducing the incoming damage to 0 from pulse bombs. Just, oh, your pulse bomb, boom, hit the Suzu on the ground, negating one of those large ultimates that massively turn round fights.
Hold, maybe.
And so it looks like M80.
No, I don't have any plans to go Twitch con at the moment.
Switching over to the Kiriko.
We saw how well that
11
paid off for
months Teo
Timeless,
Flats. How
where
have the
Pelican was not
OWCS
nearly able to
games been
find as much
today?
value there with the Tracer.
All of them
And
except
even
this one have been
somebody was low,
3-0s,
that Susie was
so
able to come
this
out
one's been a
as
good one.
Great get out of jail free card, but look at Chopper already trying to build up that railgun charge. Oh my goodness! I just expected like Chopper's gonna come out of nowhere with a pick, and then this cart reaches the finish line.
Hydron taking a fair amount of damage there, but losing Pelican this early is not good. It's not a good look for M80 right now. They're gonna have to make a quick rotation through the mega health pack room. They can't lose anybody. They lose anybody, that is disaster. All good though.
Okay. Good pick back,
Snipes
actually.
Chopper away, just with the left click.
Good stabilization then. That buys him maybe some more time here for Pelican to be able to come back. The Tracer, not going to take too long to do that. But you have so much work cut out for you if you're M80. This is just the first.
Well, they're
of
only
many
holding
team
here because
fights you're
both
gonna
teams
have
are
to
down
win
one. So
and
they
get that
sit
fold and
here,
hold.
wait for their last guy to give them time to come back, and then
At least they get 2 chances.
realistically, if once they start pushing hard, they'll probably back away.
Try and take control of that that tiny little U-bend there on the sidelines. I mean, this
After these
slap
punches,
fight, really,
they'll
when
probably
you
back
have
away.
2 Rams looking at each other.
Oh, they're actually holding really hard. I don't know if this is the play. He's gonna get rolled in a sec.
Then you punch me, and then maybe
Okay,
our
you got
DPS can get in on this one.
And there we go. All right, there's the kills. There's the kills. M80. We're
Just
after.
barely got
Thank you
his
very
nemesis
much.
back. He almost got exploded.
Classic Shimbali Monastery getting bogged on first. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, of course. And here comes
Yeah, they're probably gonna have Hydrogen play this window and then
with a rush
poke there and then back away. Because
but
now they have the
Pelican with
cart
post
too.
bomb.
You can always just hide on the other side of the cart. So they're probably gonna hide on the corner and then hide on the cart, and then if they get really pressured, then back up to the corner, like the far one.
It's all about making sure you don't use too much at once. That is a risky run here, knowing that Timeless is such a tough opponent.
They both rush to shoot at the same time. Hawk needs
Oh, they missed the pulse, thank God.
Health bar sinking so low. That
See, that's the danger of holding that far up, though.
Hawk dead, and here comes the push for Timeless. Just turning the gear up to 11.
But I also understand why they were doing it. They were trying to make sure that, one, they have more space to work with.
He has to come back fast. Jumping onto the high ground is Chopper. Snipes.
Oh, and they're back on the Doom.
Face, so he has to back up. He's popped his
See, by
own
playing
Overwatch
where they were
big
playing
health,
up
kills.
like that, it
He's
gave
trying
him
to go
time
for
to
the
swap
EMP.
Doom and come back, so he still has time to touch, but it's not enough.
And Timeless take the map and the series. A 5-map.
Damn, Timeless wins.
Come out on top.
Didn't see that coming.
Okay.
I guess Dante was right. People were sleeping on
five-map
Timeless.
series. Timeless gets the upset.